Welcome back to this year's World Championships IBA Copenhagen 2017. We are gearing up for these super finals.
Exactly. We just went through all the best flair bartender, all the best classic cocktail competitors, and we'll go into the best of the best of the best right now here in Copenhagen, the super final.
Yes, we have the six top competitors here, and that is based on their cocktails, of course also on their flair. But here in the super final, the cocktail is what counts. We have 5 categories of classic cocktails, and the winner of each category will be here, and the amazing Taiwanese flair bartender for the super final also.
And now we're gonna see some slow motion pics. This is Mario, one of our finalists, and that was after dinner cocktail.
Representing Austria here. Absolutely fantastic showing. It's something we would expect from this man. He is a multiple competitor in the IBA. He is a former super final winner. He is a former category winner. This guy just nails everything. He deserves to be here, and there's a reason he made it back again. He is just that good.
And we really have to say that all the competitors in this super final is really, there's a reason they are here.
Yeah,
they just won the national competition, came here, beat all the other nations, and now this is the last nations remaining.
Yeah, and it is a really close crowd. You know, we got Austria, we got Denmark, we got Sweden, Czech Republic, Slovak Republic, and Taiwan. All really great cocktail nations. And we expected the best, and we got the best.
And the best you'll get here. Ansys is on the stage, ready for you guys, and to the stage.
Welcome back to Copenhagen, Denmark, where we are having the big final here for 2017 IBA WCC cocktail competition. The gentleman standing next to me, he will introduce himself. He will have 10 minutes to create his drink one more time for our judges here on the side. He is not judged on technique that much anymore, but still the etiquette has to be there. Judges will test the drink. Judges will keep asking questions to the competitor. Basically, we are playing a small theater here as in the bar. So this is your tiny speakeasy bar here, which is called IBA Copenhagen. No one knows about it, just the whole world watches us. But yeah, this is pretty much it. And we will begin with judges here. On my left here, the gentleman will introduce himself.
Hello, my name is David Nepov. I am the rules chairman for the IBA, and I'm from the United States.
Smart move.
Hello, my name is Nicola. I work on the Spirits Business Magazine. I'm from the United Kingdom.
Thank you. And on my right,
okay. I'm Margit Kikas. I'm from Estonia, and I'm organized next World Championship next year. So.
Italian.
Hello, I am Pepe Dioni. I am the next IBA president. Okay.
so now we know who the judges are for this competition. The only last thing that we have to find out is who is this handsome gentleman standing right next to me. He's all the way from Austria. He is the champion in his own category, which is before dinner cocktail. He's won it with a gold medal. One and only Mario Hofferer. Please welcome on stage here. He has 10 minutes to accomplish his mission. That's it. We're good to go? You good?
I'm fine.
Fantastic, yeah. So you got some experience already, you know. Okay, your 10 minutes starts now.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having me. My name is Mario Hoffer, and I'm coming from the beautiful country of Austria. Even a warm welcome to our judges, our new president, Mr. Pepe Dioni. And I want to introduce you to my wonderful pre-dinner cocktail named Rosé Sissi. Rosé Sissi is based on Finlandia vodka. Finlandia vodka is coming from, of course, Finland. It's grown, it is produced by a 6-row barley, and the water is coming from a beautiful private spring in Finland. The second product in my cocktail is coming from Austria, and this is the Schlumberger Sparkling. The house of Schlumberger is older than 300 years, the oldest sparkling producer in Europe, and it's produced like a champagne. It's Méthode Champenois. So, judges, have you got any wonderful questions for me? Who want to start?
You have been here before. Can you please tell us about your experience with the IBA and how it has changed or affected your life?
Definitely, definitely. So I was learning. I was a cook before. I was a chef before. I was learning 4 years in the kitchen, and then I went to the Austrian Bartenders Association with. I was 14, 15 years as a really young guy. I was going to my first competition with a Vespa and a pineapple in the back, so it was really funny. And there I met my mentor, Mr. Peter Weisenegger, and Mr. Alexander Radlowski as well. And then I was coming to the IBA. I was doing at that time the Bacardi Martini Grand Prix. At that time, Finlandia was with Bacardi Martini. Now it's with Brown-Forman. And yeah, of course, you always have to push your limit. And in my opinion, for sure, we are the third generations of bartenders, because the first generation of bartenders were before the Prohibition, the second was after the Prohibition, and in my opinion, definitely, we are the internet bartenders, I call them so. Because trends and news and recipes and decorations, garnishes are sweeping within seconds around the world, like on that way, hello to Austria, the live stream, hello to my friends, to my family, to my company. So we got a big community around the world, and this is really important for us and for me, the modern style of bartending. So in my opinion, we are the third generations of bartending. And of course, the IBA is getting much more modern now. We got a speech in the final, we got new rules, etc., etc. So I think it's quite good to push as well a bit the beverage industry, because we are a really old association, and this is really important for our job. Next question, please. Otherwise, I can speak a bit about my beautiful products here. Schlumberger is made from Chardonnay grapes. They also got Merlot grapes, and yeah, it's produced by the Méthode Champenois. I was using, to get the bittersweet balance, I was using the sangria syrup from Giffard, my drawn product as well. By the way, I love Monet as well, Mr. Eric Bouton, but this is my drawn product. And the sangria syrup is really nice because I only get 1 centiliter of, I only can pour 1 centiliter of sweetener, and I want to get a lot of flavors in my cocktail. So the sangria got also cinnamon, orange, lemon, etc., etc. So that means I got lots of different flavors within 1 centiliter, and this was really important for me. To give the sweetener bitter of balance, I catch the orange bitter from Angostura, coming from Trinidad. It's a really nice one. Not too much, because I like it when the pre-dinner cocktails are a bit more medium. For you guys, it's really hard to judge the pre-dinner cocktail against the long drink, against the after-dinner cocktail, of course. But in my opinion, I want to get a better balance with my cocktail, with the pre-dinner cocktail, so I prefer the pre-dinner cocktails more medium than dry. Because at least we have to sell those cocktails in the bar, and how many martini cocktails are you selling at the moment in the bar? So this is for me very important, to produce a cocktail, to create a cocktail which you can produce around the world, which is very easy to reproduce as an IBA cocktail. And the glamorous factor. Some of you guys know my mixology style, or style of mixology. I got at home a mixology lab, so we are distilling all our ingredients, we shock freeze them, etc., etc. Some of you guys were already in Klagenfurt in Austria in my lab. And I always need this glamorous factor in my cocktail. So I got edible gold in the cocktail, and this is very healthy as well. The edible gold is good for your blood circulation and good for your heart. So at least when you're drinking, you give your body something nice as well.
You're halfway, Mario.
5 minutes. Oof, we can speak so much about so much things in 5 minutes. Margit, let's come to you. Are there any questions from your side?
Is it working? Yeah. So you're preparing before dinner cocktail right now. Isn't like in your everyday work, if you welcome some guests and this using those ingredients, especially
I cannot get a point.
especially this sparkling. Is a sparkling wine the using in before dinner cocktails? Is it?
Thank you for
nowadays,
this question. Thank you for this question.
Nowadays, or is it?
We are really limited at the moment with products for pre-dinner cocktails for our sponsors. I was searching on vermouth, for example, but we don't get a vermouth at the moment at the IBA board. So I was trying to produce my own vermouth. That means I'm stirring out the bubbles of the sparkling wine, sprit it up with a vodka, and give it a beautiful flavor with extracts from the bitter, from the aromatic bitters from Trinidad. So this was the idea behind this drink, to reproduce a little bit kind of a vermouth. At least for this drink, normally, as you know, you're all professional bartenders around here, you need a beautiful aroma for your cocktail. And you're using, I don't know, clementines, oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruits, etc., etc., etc. I was thinking a lot about all those flavors for the cocktail, and I was coming to one point. I need the orange as an ingredient, so that means the essential oils of the orange here is not only for the parfum, for the aroma, it is as well for the taste of the cocktail. So then I was trying a lot of different oranges, and I'm living half of the year in Spain, in Marbella, in the beautiful country of Spain, Mr. Pepedioni. And I was coming to one point that the Spanish oranges at the moment, because we don't get the time for the perfect oranges at the moment,
2 minutes.
The perfect flavor of the oranges are coming from Spain. So at least the aroma was not really good from the Spanish oranges. I was searching more different kind of types of oranges, and then I was coming to the oranges of Italy, from Sicily. So I'm pairing two oranges, one for the taste of the cocktail and one for the aroma for the cocktail.
Mario, have you learned about sangria in
Pardon?
Malaga or in Austria?
The sangria stuff is definitely coming from Spain, and before I was not drinking that much sangria, but then I was trying one time on the beautiful beach club in Marbella and with a Spanish sun, a real Spanish sangria, and it's completely different, yeah, and they're putting lots of more ingredients as well, 43, amaretto, etc., etc., many different styles of...
1 minute.
And from that time on, I loved the drink sangria as well, and yeah.
$40 seconds.
You cannot give me any minus points when I'm going over the timer, am I right?
You're good.
I will disturb you once again, Mario. If
Yeah.
as a client, and I
25.
change my mind right now, and I ordered after
Pardon, I
dinner.
don't get you, I cannot understand.
What you will base my after dinner cocktail? Just one ingredient.
Favorite ingredient for after dinner cocktail?
10.
I have to look on our sponsors at the moment on IVA, but
5.
I like to go with Gromagne, and I like to go with Mozart, because it's from Austria as well.
Time.
Thank you very much for listening to me, and enjoy my drink, the Rosé Sissi.
Thank you very much. Mario Hofer, judges, you're happy about the performance?
Thank you, Mario. And thank you, Austria, for this first super final in the row of 6 we'll have in total.
And a really nice ending. He just answered the question in time.
Yes. He brought up time there at the end of his show, and he said, well, I cannot be penalized if I go above time. Okay, with a little smile. And yes, he can. The judges are looking at his overall presentation, and yeah, there are no strict technical scoring here in the super final, but they are looking at his overall performance. And if they can see, well, okay, yeah, you did a good job, but you went 30 seconds over time, that will be a deduction in their mind still. But Mario Hofer here, it's not the first time he's been in the super final. This is a really, really great bartender and a really known name within the IBA scene. And we can see why here. He is standing tall, answering the questions, calling the...
Lots of self-control,
lots of
and
self-control.
still making the drink in a perfect,
Yes,
smooth way while he answers his questions.
yes, and he shows a good knowledge of the IBA structure. He's calling out the new president, Pepe Dione. He's mentioning one of the judges, Margaret, by name, asking if she has any questions for him about his drink, about his performance.
And he's still got the knowledge of his product and can defend why he's using what he is using and why he's not substitute anything for one another.
Yeah, it was a great presentation. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the replays we'll get of him here in just a short while. There was a few, if you really want to dig into it, and the judges will have to here, because it is the super final, and we will look at the smallest of details. When he was about to stir his second time, his first stir was beautiful. Second time, a lot of noise on the ice, and a little clings when you hit metal with a glass with metal. And it's a little thing, it's a tiny thing, but it is something that could easily make or break a difference, because it is, again, his overall performance.
Actually, what do you think about the edible gold?
The edible
he
gold
used in his drink.
It's a great gimmick, and it's a very Mario Hofer-esque gimmick. As he stated himself, he wants this flamboyant, over-the-top, glamorous in all of his cocktail, and something that shines through in his own business as well and in his work.
And you could also see that it contributes to the garnish and the overall appearance of the cocktail.
Indeed, it looks absolutely beautiful. You have these small sparkles of gold along against the rose background. It's absolutely a beautiful cocktail, beautiful garnish as well. We'll get some pictures of that in a moment.
So this could definitely be one of the winners.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the first one up, so you'll never know. Now it's going to be the winner of the after dinner cocktail, and that was
Tommy from Sweden.
Exactly, as we see
Also,
here in the slow-mo picture.
Yes, we're seeing here his preliminary round, which won him the title of world champion within his category. So let's keep in mind, all these competitors we're going to see here in the super final, they are world champions at this moment. They won, but now, can they be the best of all the rest? Can they be the best of the best we got here? Tommy definitely got a shot. Really, really solid bartender. Young, but so experienced. A lot of competition on his belt. Beautiful. A bit shaky hands, but we just saw again in his preliminary heat, really, really beautiful presentation. I'm really looking forward to see how he will behave on stage when these judges are beginning to try and poke a little bit at him, get him to talk, because it is a lot easier making a cocktail or making 5 cocktails when you just have to focus on the cocktail and not spilling and running around
and
everywhere.
when you're performing in the heats, then you have practiced your whole routine. You know what is going to happen, and you just have to execute that already trained routine. But in the semifinal, you don't know the questions. You can actually get asked about anything, and you still have to keep the flow going while you're thinking and answering.
Yeah, and one of the things our judges are also looking at, something Mario demonstrated really well, and something also looking for Tommy here to do, is that product knowledge, the history of the brand he's working with. Where Mario was really quick to just take over the reins and say, all right, I'm working with Finlandia, and explain the history of the product, explain who have distributed it even. And that is also something they will look at. And if you are working with the Kaiba and you don't know the product's history, and you get asked, so the Kaiba, when was it founded? I don't know. Well, it's on the label. That's a lot of deductions.
Exactly. So you have to combine the general product knowledge, which of course have to acknowledge the limitations in the IBA rules and why you are using those products in relate to the IBA rules. and of course why you have put your cocktail together as you have done.
Yeah, but again, we're expecting a strong showing. Sweden got a great cocktail scene. Of course, well, it is a...
And he was also one of the highest scorers in general, wasn't he?
He was scoring really high. He scored over 200 points, which is actually a bit above Mario Hoffer. He scored 196, I believe, but the highest we have yet to come. But we'll get back to him. I can't recall if he was the third or fourth competitor.
But anyway, this guy have really got loads of points in the after-dinner cocktail. If you look at the general score.
Yeah, and if we see the top three in that category, it was a really, really close race. But he just made it that step above and cracked the 200 point, which is a massive amount of points in Classic.
Really,
it is
really good. And especially his techniques as well was also definitely amazing.
Yeah,
when he
really
did
was. And he's going to be able to show it off here again. All these bartenders, they come from all over the world and they got 7 minutes, that's it, then they go home.
But let's see
these
if he
guys
can perform the same technical, clean performance.
Clean, beautiful routine with people annoying him. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm certain he can do it, but let's see how he does.
Welcome back to IBA WCC 2017 big final here. Our next competitor, just literally next to me right now, all the way from Sweden, Mr. Tommy Komljenovic. He's already a champion because he has won after-dinner cocktail competition. He already has got a gold medal, but it is his last chance to fight for the title as the champion of the year. Tommy, sorry. Stage is yours. You have 4 wonderful customers here in the room, and I'll give it all to you. 10 minutes starts now.
Hello and welcome. My name is Tommy and I'm competing for Sweden. And the drink I have here is called Golden Lemon Pie. And I'm gonna start to spray my glasses with one golden spray because it's give the drink a better look. And of course you can eat the spray.
Tommy, what was your inspiration for this cocktail?
The inspiration for my cocktail is just now, because of the gold color, is all the designs. It's not only in drinks, in whatever you buy now, it's a lot of gold everywhere. So that's why I chose the gold one, because it's more than just now. So that's my choice of the golden spray. And my choice of the drink is one, it's a sweet drink, but also a little bit sour. And the base in the drink is lemon curd and butterscotch. So it's a creamy, sour cocktail. I'm gonna shake it and chill down the cocktail shaker.
Tell us about the bar that you work at. Where do you work?
I work in Jönköping in Sweden. It's one summer place. We have open like 4 months in the year, so it's a short season. It's not so long. And I start with the lemon juice. It's a fresh lemon juice.
Have you ever had the opportunity to serve this drink to any of your guests, or?
Yeah, we actually have it on the menu, so it's a lot of guests who like the drink. And that's why I also choose to have the drink here with me, because I know that people like it, so I choose that one. And now I also put lemon curd in a drink. The lemon curd is made of butter, lemon, and sugar.
You look very comfortable on the stage. Huh? You look very
Thank you.
comfortable. Oh,
It
really?
feels like I'm standing in the bar, actually. So, and it needs to be fun. It's a little bit hot, but it's okay. And limoncello I also have in the drink.
Tell us about your bartending career. How did you get here?
I started my bartender career when I was 19 years old. It was with some friends. We went to Kos Island, and we was at the bartender school in Kos in 5 weeks. And after that, I fell in love with this work, so I'm still here.
Tommy, as you are one of our students from IBA Academy in Estonia, so if you know Estonians already pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that course was
next-
really good. I learned
Yeah.
a lot of that, a lot of things in the course in Estonia. So I recommend all of you to go that one if it's possible.
Yo, thank you, Tomislav. Thanks. And the next year, all of bartenders world will come to Tallinn, to Estonia. If you are working behind the bar, and there Estonian lady, what you will prepare in your bar for Estonian?
Halfway, 5 minutes.
What I will prepare for the students who go into Tallinn.
All Estonian people who are in your bar, you know Estonians really well, as me. What you recommend to me in your bar? What you prefer to me to drink?
To drink, of course, the golden lemon pie. I shake it.
Hi, Tommy.
I'm just gonna say one more thing. I'm not chilling the glass because this cocktail is the best when it's not too cold. It needs to wait some minutes, and the taste and the flowers coming forwards more when the cocktail is not too chill.
Tommy, what's the most challenging obstacle you've ever had to overcome during your bartending career?
Excuse me?
What is the most challenging obstacle you've ever had to overcome during your bartending career?
I told to myself that before I'm gonna be 27 years old, because my dream has always been to open a restaurant and a bar. And when I was 22 years old, I told myself, before I'm 27, I'm gonna open one bar. And yeah, this year in May, I opened my own restaurant. So the restaurant has actually been in 5 years. So I have worked in the restaurant, but I get a chance to be one of the owners in the restaurant. And for me also, it's very important the cocktails need to look good, not only taste good, because if they look good, they're gonna taste better. The people eat also with the eyes, not only the mouth. So I always put a lot of time on the decorations in the cocktails.
2 minutes.
When you're not making after dinner drinks, what is one of your favorite drinks to either make or to drink?
I actually drink easy cocktails. I like it fast when I'm in the bar, but I love to try new things when I'm traveling and when I'm outside Sweden. But whiskey drinks it's popular. I like it.
Is that Scotch whiskey, American whiskey, Canadian whiskey?
Most of them is bourbon, actually. Yeah. And now I put the decoration on the drink. And I have choose a lot of gold in my decoration. Just because the name of the drink, golden lemon pie. And also because gold is very popular in these times.
50 seconds.
So this is golden lemon pie.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Tomljanovic.
All right,
Sweden.
thank you, Sweden, and thank you, Tommy. Congratulations with your new restaurant.
Definitely, and that was the golden lemon pie. We got even more gold now.
Indeed, we have so far we have two competitors in the super final, both using edible gold. Coincidence? We'll see. Well, I think they're the only ones who does it. But let's see. I don't recall any of our other four finalists doing edible gold. But we'll see.
Anyway, great presentation.
Great presentation.
Maybe miss a bit product knowledge.
Yeah, we didn't.
And
we
the
didn't
reason why you've combined the spirit as you have does.
Yeah, we did. We did not see the same level of product knowledge that we saw in Mario. There was also a bit more silence during his routine. He had a little bit more. Well, he had less interaction with the judges. Mario was calling him out by name, saying, "Hey, come on, interact with me. Give me something to work with." Where Tommy here, he was more waiting for the judges to take his hand. Mario just grabbed him. So I liked Mario's presentation better, but let's not forget how much importance there is, how big of an importance there is on the cocktail here, and the general techniques they're using. I really like the way Tommy works. It's so clean, so steady, so composed, and as he said, he just felt like, well, I'm back in my bar. And he looked comfortable, which is really, really important and impressive.
Really good, yeah.
When you're on a stage, bright lights shining down on you, you have five people around you you don't know who are asking you weird questions about why are you doing this, you know, and you have the whole world watching as well.
You are totally right. I also think he really great job. He was really charming guy, which came across, and you get a lot of his background knowledge. I could miss a bit about the cocktail, on why the combination, but
he had some great points still. Because one of the things we have been looking at throughout these last 2 days is these really basic things. Do they ice up their glasses, for example, which we've mentioned in both Flair and Classic a lot of times. Where Tommy here says, well, I'm not icing up my glasses, and this is deliberate. I'm doing this because this makes my cocktail better. And normally, he might actually have been deducted in technical scores for not icing up his glasses. But here in the super final, when you're a winner, you're allowed to do everything you want. And he said, well, there's a reason, and that's because my cocktail is better this way.
Yeah, and that is really great. When you go to the super final, you have the time to explain why you have done what you did, what have separated from the other guys, and this is definitely one of the points.
Indeed it is. And again, great presentation from Sweden. Still think Mario did a more rock steady job, but then again, Tommy is here, first time in the IBA final. Mario, he's a repeat offender in this discipline. He knows what he's supposed to do.
The next one's up. We still got some to go.
We got Jan Tesker here, which is the guy in the preliminary heats who scored the maximum amount of points, the highest score we've seen today throughout the classic heats.
And he was representing Czech Republic.
Indeed, he was. And this is again just a great show that he scored that high. He scored 232 points.
That is a lot.
That is 30 points higher than the closest competitor. It is crazy.
Yeah.
And again, we really thought that it would have been a lot closer running in his category actually, but he just smashed everybody. And
exactly. So this guy is really surprised, and he's actually the best on points so far. But can he make it in the super final?
Now he showed us that he can deliver when it's just the cocktails. When he don't have to talk. He says, "All right, I can show what I got. I can make a killer cocktail." Cool. But can you do it when we turn up the heat a little bit? Can you do it when you're under more pressure than you were in the first round?
And can you do it when you're not ready for it and you have to think when you're doing the same thing over again?
Yeah, and well, there's only one guy who can answer this, and that's Jan himself, and he will get the chance to do just that in a second. We see the Czech flag behind us. There's great support in the crowd for this man, and of course there's he's a world champion. Of course there's support for him. There's support for all our finalists, but again, one of these countries that just have this great bartending team, this great association that really helps each other out. It's good to see so many of these great organizations come here to Copenhagen to challenge each other for the right to call themselves the IBA World Champion Super Final winner, Best Overall Cocktail 2010.
And that will be the most highest title you can get in this competition, because then you'll beat every other of the winners in all the other categories. And that, of course, is a great honor.
It's a huge honor, and we've seen some of the previous winners of this, not only just the categories, but of course the super final, move on to become brand ambassadors and really just start working with spirits and with the bartending scene on a whole nother level. And this is the attention you will get when you win.
Of course, but let's see if Czech Republic is the guy that we got for winning this competition.
Yeah,
he is setting up the station now. Yeah,
let's see if he got the right mindset. Back in 2013, one of the winners of her category, Deirdre Byrne from Ireland, was asked, "All right, so are you sure you're gonna do well tomorrow?" She said, "Fuck that! I don't want to do well. I want to win." That's what this guy gotta get into. He gotta get that mindset in that. Yeah, you don't have to just make it work. You have to wanna win. You have to wanna be the best.
Exactly. So we'll find the winner and the lots of losers. Only one will stay on top. Off the top, of course. And we got lots of great candidates for that title. And right now, maybe Czech Republic, but as well, I think
for the moment
did really good.
For the moment, just look at the points for the preliminary heats.
Yeah,
Jan here, Jan will take it. No doubt about that. He scored so much higher than anyone else that if you just look at those, first rounds we went through, he would just, take everything. So I'm really, really hoping that he can keep that level. And on the same point, I want to bring him down a little bit because, it's a competition and we want a tight finish.
But again, you will never know because it is 7 minutes. They already have practice. This is longer time. You got 10 minutes now, and the second, you don't know what's coming. You have to prepare the 10 cocktails, the 5 cocktails in the time limits, but you still don't know what's coming for you. And you still have to show the product knowledge and why you have chosen the product, and especially why you have just chosen it in the IBA limits, and of course be entertaining and to show why you have mixed everything together.
Yeah, our super finalists here, they're judged on efficiency, time they stay on, product knowledge, product history, brand history, IBA history, everything that these judges can think of that has any reference at all to cocktail making. And that is a huge subject and something where a lot of people, they will fall through the floor. So yeah, we are really, really counting on this guy to keep up his work and keep the bar as high as he put it in the preliminary heat.
Exactly. And as we see on the side, we're just waiting for the guy, and he's coming on stage right now.
So let's just send it straight on to Ansis.
Welcome back here on stage in lovely city of Copenhagen for IBA 2017 WCC Cocktail Championship Final. The next category here that we have is the winner from Sparkling Cocktail. Dressed up in a pretty much vintage bartender style here in front of you, all the way from Czech Republic, Mr. Johnny Teska. Oh, what a great support. I like it. I like it. So, Johnny, you have 10 minutes. You have four beautiful customers here, a crowd in front of you, and the whole world is watching you right now. Is there anyone watching you at home?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely. No girlfriend, or right?
Oh, he's free. Okay, you'll share your number at the end then, yeah? Okay, 10 minutes. Make it bubbles.
Let's go?
Let's go.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Johnny. Hello, miss. Nice to meet you. Hello, David. I'm working in Baxis Bar in Prague, obviously representing the Czech Republic. Miss. Ciao, Pepe. And I'm gonna make my Copenhagen beauty cocktail for you. It's a drink that's inspired by the beauty of Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen, her innocence and the smoothness. So I'll start with the drink. My glasses are chilled. I don't want to waste my time with it. The main spirit is geranium gin. It's from my friend over there. Thank you for it. It's a unique gin. It's first time in history they use geranium in it. It's a great idea from United Kingdom. So I'm used 2 centiliters in a boat. So as a next, the ingredient will be elderflower. It's the liqueur by the company who is making the liqueurs more than 100 years. So they are pretty skilled. They are using lots of natural ingredients. It's very good product. Elderflower flavor, because I think this is the flavor that all ladies love, especially the mermaids. Maybe they like my flesh more. Who knows?
Am I going to like it as well, or do I have to be a lady to like this drink?
Yeah. So the syrup. Thank you, Mr. Monan. I'm sure there will be some party after. Yeah, is it right? So I'm going to use it because I still believe. Monan framboise. It goes very nice with the gin and the elderflower. So give us a little balance with the fresh lime. I rather use lime instead of lemon in this drink because it's very more smooth. It's not that acidy and it's let more flavors go after the freshness.
How long have you been tending bar for?
Excuse me, how long?
How long have you been tending bar?
5 years, definitely, in the Baxis Bar, and then about half a year more by myself. So this is fresh egg white from Danish chickens. Thank you, ladies. So 100% fine, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, and when I will start filling my glasses, I will use a little different method for it. It will be something like you pour the sect first, the sparkling wine, and then you shake the drink and put it inside. Then you don't have to stir it because the drink by itself is heavy, so it goes down, but the bubbles release it back. So it's a very nice technique, very useful for IBA. So the sect by itself, Schlamberger Brut, it's made in Austria. It's contain Riesling variety, vintage 2013. It's a product that is growing in the same latitude as the champagne, but it's got more raw Austria flavor in it. So around 7 centiliter in each. This needs to be precise. Yeah.
Jan.
I like that.
Jan, I'm
Yes.
a customer in your bar, and you're making me such a great cocktail. And you put this gin into a cocktail, and
Yes.
I ask why especially this gin?
Why
Because-
especially this gin?
Yeah.
Because of the idea of geranium was a favorite flower of my mother. She was like always putting the flowers somewhere. It was too much, but it's okay. Like a roller coaster. Yeah, my friend. So, now you can see, even on the screen, how the ingredients blend together without any spoon or something. And it's still sparkling. It's a very nice effect, but the wine is made with traditional method, so it's keep the bubbles inside. It's not like some cheap prosecco or whatever.
5 minutes, halfway.
Yeah, it's
Hi,
perfect.
Jan. What do you like to do besides bartending?
Besides bartending,
Yes.
I would like to work with wood. Like, the art with the wood. Nice tables and those things. It's been in my family for many years. I still have the tools and the place where to do it, but, this makes more money now.
Jan, when you were creating this cocktail, did it happen quickly, or did you have to go through several renditions of experimentation to come up with the final?
Yeah. It was maybe too acidity, and I was tasting the Schlamberger just here, so I didn't know exactly how it's gonna work. So it wasn't easy. It took lots of experimentation to take the good balance for it. Good. It's not just like you do it on a first time. So, now the cocktail's done. Now the garnishes. It's like little the fairy Little Mermaid tale on it. So this garnish is actually specially developed for this glass. It wouldn't fit on any other. Because I'm using the shape of the glass, which is, I think, quite nice.
Jan, why egg white in
Why
a
egg
sparkling
white?
cocktail? Sparkling
Because-
is sparkling enough? Why egg white?
Sparkling?
Sparkling cocktail is
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, there is
why
two
egg white?
reasons, definitely two reasons. The one is you want smooth drink. It's for the ladies. It's for the ladies. And second one, when you have a nice foam on it, same like on the beer, it's keep the bottles inside, so it stays longer. Thank you. So the neutralized aroma from the egg white, if it will take longer to serve it to you. And it also gives a nice aroma. The egg white will hide a little bit the aroma of the drink, so there is some extra aroma that you can judge. And also last touch, it's a dried raspberry, same as you can see on the garnish. It's a dried in a like peppermill, so it's got nice red touch on the top. It's sexy.
2 minutes.
Yeah. I'm just finishing. Yes, I'm done. This
So,
is my
yeah,
cocktail. Can I
you-
serve it to you?
Please,
Enjoy, miss.
Thanks.
That was definitely a charming performance.
And ladies, he's single. Hey, there's a moaning after party. go catch this guy in Copenhagen if he spiked your interest.
Yes, catch the next flight. And in the background, we can see a lots of applause to this guy. A lots of confidence, really pulling it off. But will it be too much, though?
Well, we complimented so many flair bartenders for the way they work the crowd. And if there's one thing Jan here definitely does, it is work the crowd.
Yeah.
He has so much personality and such a great charm. And he just, hurls it out over the scene. It's absolutely great to see. I would love to visit his bar.
Exactly, and that may be also a really great point, because as a bartender, you have to get this personality to make your customers comfortable, and this guy, I really think he can deliver.
Seeing him work in this setting with this attitude and these great vibes, it makes me just go to his bar, sit down in front of him and go like, hey, what am I having? And just keep him coming. Because this guy, he was just hilarious. He was fun. He wasn't over the top. He had great charm and good technique. Technique was on point. And he was throwing some serious curveballs there from the judges. Margaret hassling about, all right, so sparkling cocktail, egg whites. It's a great point from her point of view. Well, a great point in general. Why would you add more foam or more bubbles to an already bubbly cocktail? Wouldn't it be too much? I said, yeah, but I want to keep it carbonated. So I put a lid on it with the egg white, and that is a great point. He wasn't face going like, I just thought it would look cool. He had a reason to do it.
I think actually in general we saw this product knowledge, and especially why he have chosen to the exact ingredients in his cocktail, and that is really great to look at.
Yes.
When you can really hear that this is a guy who got the knowledge and know what he's doing.
There was just one thing to be honest, I hated about his routine.
All right.
Yes.
Come on with it.
I eyeballed 7 centiliters of sparkling wine in the glasses. That is serious. If you can, from not a pour spout, but just straight out of the bottle, eyeball straight on 7 centiliters, that's pretty damn good. I wouldn't dare try it. And I don't know if the judges believe it was straight on 7. They were completely even, his glasses. So there's the correct amount of wine in each compared to the others. No question about that.
Maybe
but
that
was it 6 centiliters? Was it 8?
We don't know.
Was it 7? Hopefully it was.
But of course, you have been practicing this a lot,
yes.
Also for the last round,
yeah.
Or the earlier round. So
yeah,
maybe got that straight. Really hope so, because it was a great performance. Anyway, the next competitors for us is Slovak Republic.
Yeah, and we also saw here absolutely a fantastic competitor. He used his black tie. It was a black tie cocktail with these cufflinks on the side of the glasses. Really, really nice presentation. Absolutely fantastic, actually. He was just using whatever he could, and you're allowed to put things on the glasses. That is just garnish you put there with the cufflinks. I loved it. It's great. I'm really looking forward to see what this guy can pull off. It was a really, really heavy cocktail. It is the bartender's choice, and he chose to to go all in for just heavy booze, heavy flavors, and coffee. So it's a really distinct cocktail, which can help you in a setting like this, because we got our judges back there for the preliminary heats. They are tasting 40 different flair cocktails, and they're tasting 40 different classic cocktails. So you gotta make sure that your cocktail stands out from the crowd.
So it's really gonna be great to hear why he have chosen all these heavy ingredients, and why he have combined it as he has done, because it's definitely a really interesting cocktail, an interesting choice, and especially in this bartender's choice where you can get this homemade product.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this guy on stage yet again, because he is a great performer. He had such a nice, simple, clean routine that just, again, makes you want to watch him work. And I'm really looking forward to hearing him. How can he handle the judges? How will he handle this pressure that Pepe and Margaret and these others will put on him?
Exactly. So,
without further ado, Slovak Republic on stage right here.
So we're back on stage here. Welcome back to Copenhagen. Next category winner, all the way from Slovakia here. He has won Bartender's Choice competition. This is the category where actually you are allowed to use one homemade ingredient, which Rasto is not using, but it's allowed also. So, and everything you need to know about the cocktail and about his creation and about himself, he will tell it to you within the next 10 minutes, to you and to our judges. So, Rasto, the floor is yours for 10 minutes, and it starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Rád by som vás všetkých pozdravil. Veľmi vám ďakujem, že som sa dostal do superfinále a ďakujem aj Mirovi, ktorý mi príde tu na pomôcť a trošku vám to v tej angličtine porozpráva. Tú moju myšlienku, ktorá ma dostala až sem na toto pódium. Ďakujem, Miro.
I would like to thank you, all of you, that I get the chance to get in the final. And also, he thanks to me that I'm here to translate for this gentleman. I'm so proud of him. So please clap one more time for this guy. Support him a little bit.
Ako prvé infuzujem whisky kávovými zrnami. Sú to kávové zrná od nás z Liptovského Mikuláša. Ja som zo Slovenska, mám tam kamarátov, ktorí vlastnia vlastnú kaviareň, kde si pražia kávu. A toto je ich 100% arabika z Brazílie.
So, as a first, he used the Canadian Club whiskey for the coffee. He's infusing by coffee the whiskey. This coffee is coming from his hometown, where his good friends are producing the coffee. It's a 100% Arabica.
Mojou hlavnou ingredienciou tohto drinku je Riga Black Balsam likér. Je to likér, ktorý mám veľmi rád, pretože je veľmi silný a mám rád bylinné silné likéry.
One of the main ingredients is balsamic liqueur right there. He loves it because he loves strong liqueurs, you know, and strong spirits. So that's why he's using his cocktail. He thought that it's a right choice for his drink.
Mám rád aj kávu, tak ako väčšina z vás, a preto som sa práve rozhodol pre kombináciu Black Balsam a Black Coffee.
He loves so much coffee. You can imagine how many espresso he did in his life. I can count it. So that's why he chose the coffee thing in his drink. And that's why he tried to combine, you know, the strong taste of the spirit and coffee. And that's why he tried to combine that to his drink.
Okay.
Okay.
For those of people who have not...
Let's go.
For those people who have not had a chance to try the Black Balsam Current, can you describe the flavor profile?
Flavor profile, what do you mean?
What does the Black Balsam taste like?
Ako chutí čierny balzamik likér? Ak to môžem opísať.
Čierny balsam likér mi chutí veľmi silno, má 45% alkoholu a je typický po tých použitých ingredienciách, ktoré sú samozrejme tajné, ale veľmi silný a veľmi horký.
So this liquor is very strong to him, but in the case it's a very artificial liquor with a lot of flavors. It's very secret, you know, so we can't describe the taste exactly. So he think he did a good one that he chose this liquor, because in the same time when he's using coffee, it's really sweetable with this liquor.
Hey. Ja používam Black Currant verziu, ktorá je ovocnejšia.
He is using the Black Currant version, which flavor is more fruity. Any questions, ladies, gentlemen?
What's the inspiration behind the drink?
Aká je inšpirácia za drinkom? Aká je inšpirácia?
Inšpirácia je, že mám rád horké bylinné likéry a mám rád kávu. Takže kombinácia týchto dvoch vecí je pre mňa smerodatná.
So the inspiration is like coffee. He loves coffee, as I said. He loves herbs. So this nice combination, it's with him. So that's why he tried to figure it out some new cocktail, you know, which is good for you and for yourself, for other people. But basically, the cocktail is much good for, as you can see on the title or the name of the cocktail, black tie. it's very suitable for the gentlemen, you know, as you can see on the decoration of the cuffling.
And what about the women?
I was waiting for this question actually. Čo o ženách? Prečo nie pre ženy?
Ja si myslím, že to môže byť pre ženy, ale prvotná fáza bola o tom, že by som, keďže tam je whisky, že je to určené pre pánov, ale keďže je tam kurant verzia Black Balsamu, tak verím tomu, že to bude chutiť aj dievčatám.
So, in the first time he thought that the main ingredient is whiskey. That's why it's for gentlemen. But in the same time, there is a balsamic currant liquor. That means like it could be suitable also for the women.
Halfway, 4:45 on the clock.
Whiskey is for gentlemen.
I mean, I like whiskey and I'm not a gentleman.
Oh, there you go. I think
I'm sure,
this is one big club.
I'm sure there are a lot of women in this room who like whiskey.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Maybe he's a little bit small-minded, man, you know. Sorry for that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Na Slovensku máme veľa dievčat, ktorým chutí whisky.
We have, he said, we had a lot of women, they prefer whiskey as well in Slovakia.
Radislav, you used the infusion of coffee with a whiskey in your cocktail. Yes. Yeah. And it just take a couple of minutes for this infusion. But if you like make this cocktail every day in your bar, how you make this infusion in your bar actually? How long it need to take to make the perfect infusion? It just takes a couple of minutes, or is it okay if you stand there a couple of days, or
I got you.
how it changes?
Yeah, I got you. Ako dlho to trvá tá macerácia?
Veľmi krátko, pretože káva je čerstvo pražená a tým pádom jej stačí minúta, max 2.
Okay, so the coffee is very fresh. It's like really baked coffee. So it's enough if you infuse it just for 1 to 2 minutes, and it will take what it needs.
And how long will it last?
Sorry?
How long will the homemade ingredient last in the refrigerator or?
Ako dlho bola táto káva, akože dlho stála?
3 day, pretože my sme prišli v štvrtok a dneska je súťaž, tak vlastne v piatok, keď sme cestovali, tak nám už zapri.
So in the day before we travel, we just take it straight from the fireplace, this coffee, and we bring it here. So
Bola,
like 3 days.
Mirko, bola vákuovo uzavretá.
So it was vacuum covered.
If he was to keep this in his bar, how long would a bottle of the homemade ingredient be good for? Would it last for a month, a year, a week, before it would go bad?
Ako dlho to vydrží v bare, keď je táto káva nejakým spôsobom uzavretá, alebo tak?
2 minutes.
Ja vždy doporučujem čerstvu použiť, aby ten efekt bol čo najvýraznejší.
So he's suggesting to use always the fresh coffee, because the effect of the cocktail is, you know.
Keď je staršia, tak tá infúzia trvá dlhšie.
Yeah, if it's like common sense, you know. If you use all the coffee, the infusion it take longer time. Okay, guys, I think it's time to clap for Rastislav Kuban.
Black tie.
Slovakia.
My last question is.
Oh, we just have one question here in
we
the
have
background.
a little time left. Right. What is the bar that you work at? What is it like?
Kde pracuješ?
Mám svoju vlastnú cateringovú agentúru v Litovskom Mikuláši, ktorá sa venuje práve vymýšľaniu nových koktejlov.
So he's got his own agency, which is catering agency.
Well, thank you to the Slovak Republic. We're missing that last question, but the judge will still get it in the score. That has nothing to do with us. So what do you think, Casper? Slovak Republic, Radislav here, doing his black tie cocktail for us. Lots of coffee.
I think a big trouble is when you don't speak the language, of course. That can be some trouble in the right translation. I don't think he got answered the question right.
No.
Every time there was some miscommunication between the question and what was answered. So
Yeah, the official language of the International Bartenders Association, the IBA, is English. This is stated within the rules and within the guidelines. It is also said in said rules, if you do not speak proper English or you have trouble understanding English, you have to bring your own interpreter. This is something you yourself as a competitor has to make sure you got. Radislav did that. He had an interpreter with him, but it holds him back. You don't get to see his charm. It's not really him answering the question. It's not really him interacting with the judges. And I think he loses a lot of his probably great bartending charm because it has to go through a medium before he can actually answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just get this miscommunication. Personally, I don't think every question was answered the right way, to the question.
Yeah, there were several things from a lot of the questions lost in translation. There was something that went bad on both ends. His interpreter probably didn't get enough of Radislav's own words translated properly into English, and there were a lot of the questions that were really hard for Radislav to answer because of this. Well, not the interpreter, but
anyway,
he did a good showing. I liked his style. I like that he could serve his cocktail without touching it. I like the cufflinks.
Exactly. And the cocktail is, of course, a really big score in the final score.
Our fifth competitor here in the super final, one of our really big favorites, the local boy, the other local boy, Damiano Pessi from Denmark, representing here in Copenhagen 2017 at the World Championships at the super final. Not to say the least. This is crazy. One thing is to compete on your home turf, but to compete in the super final on your home turf, this is nuts.
Exactly. This guy has already won his category in long drinks. He is a world champion, but will he be the very best in this final?
Yeah, he is the world champion. Actually, the second world champion we have in Denmark. We had 2014 Jimmy Jepsen.
That's right. He was also after dinner.
Yeah.
Right?
He won in South Africa. Great showing as well. But now we got Damiano here trying to prove that we can take it all the way, us dear Danes, to the super final and win everything. He got the charm. He is absolutely fantastic.
And I think he got a really great cocktail as well. In a break, we just got to hit up and try to taste it. I did at least.
Yeah, and for Damiano, I love a competition rounding up like this. We have so many competitions in Denmark where you have to talk directly to the judges, stand in front of the judges, and work with them and the crowd around you. And I think Damiano will pull this off because he has so much experience doing this exact form of final. And just look at that smile. He got the crowd with him. He will win over the judges, and his cocktail is fantastic.
So let's hope he'll definitely put on his A game and he'll put on his best show for you guys. I'm really looking forward to hear all the thoughts about everything.
And he is a really, really smart guy. Let's not forget, this is a history teacher who just decided that, bottles are more quiet and less harmful than kids. So, why not just bartend? It's more fun and it's the same amount of money, more or less, anyways. So he became the best bartender we currently have in Denmark. And now he's here to show what we got.
And it's definitely a lot because otherwise he won't be in the super final right now.
Indeed. We are, patting our own horse. We are a proud country, famous for our cuisine, our gastro scene, and our cocktails. We are in Copenhagen, a top cocktail city in the world. And Damiano is currently at the top of his game, at the top of Copenhagen, and ready to prove why Copenhagen is such a landmark within the cocktail scene.
And he should soon be ready to represent his cocktail, the Salty Samurai. A lot of practice have been going on with this cocktail. Now, will he get off balance or will he keep his charm while doing his cocktail in the whole show?
I have no doubt he will make this. He will make it work. He has so much experience. He is confident and he is ready for this.
We got your back, Damiano, and the show is yours.
The show is ours indeed. this session most likely won't be that quiet, because on stage right now we have, for the long drink cocktail competition winner, one of yours, Denmark. So put your hands together, the one and only Damiano Pezzi.
All right.
Here in Copenhagen. Okay,
you.
so are you ready to...
Just let's check something first. Can you all hear me? Am I... All right, then I think we can go.
What about people in Taiwan? Can you hear him? Okay, so, Damiano, 10 minutes. Starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not presenting myself again because I guess my colleagues up there at the commentary station made already a great job in talking about me. Too kind, actually too kind. Everyone around knows they were too kind to me this time. I don't know if you noticed, there should be going around the audience as well at the moment. I just placed in front of you, dear judges, a little leaf. I would like to know actually if any of you know that leaf already. Do you? Yes? I got it. Yes. American guy knew it. Yes, sir. Do you know what shiso's famous for? All right. Anyone knows what shiso famous for in the old tradition of Japan? Anyone in the audience, maybe?
No.
All right. So, shiso, traditionally, long time ago, back in the samurai era, let's say, it used to be a symbol of long life. It was considered a magic plant. Samurais were using it to give 10 additional years of life to people. So, you know, I think it was kind of a nice gift being the host country to give you such a present. And this to all of you as well. I don't know how many leaves left there are in the audience. I think my colleague over there should be going around now giving it probably. But yeah. Besides the joke, let's go back to my drink, which is called, of course, Salty Samurai. Why Salty Samurai? I explained before. Long time ago, when I was in the primary school, it wasn't in the 70s, but almost. My teacher asked the class to do an essay writing about our favorite hero. And it turned out that almost all of the kids wrote about soccer players. They wrote about superheroes. They wrote about singers. And it came out that was pretty weird, or at least it was for my teacher, when I wrote something about my father. The thing is, back in the days, I used to see my father working every day in order to be able to afford to pay for my studies. And that's actually something that stayed in my mind a long time, because he was working basically 12 hours a day. And I was not much able to see him. And then it comes the second part of the Salty Samurai. Salty in my dialect, which, if I may, it's zgustos. It means grumpy. It means, yeah, salty, grumpy. And then when I got Beam Sanctuary as a sponsor, the connection came suddenly to my mind. It was pretty obvious. To the mind, those lights are insanely hot. Have you tried? And yeah, the ingredients I'm using is Hibiki Harmony, this amazing blend of Japanese whiskey with a sort of natural, let's say natural, because it's actually a merit of the blenders. A very amazing sweetness that ties together with the bananas from Giffard, and gets complemented with the saltiness of the caramel I used, and enhanced by the sudachi, which is a Japanese citrus. Some of us can actually compare it to yuzu, which is pretty popular in Denmark. But every time I use yuzu, and it's a lot of times, I get complaints by my guests, and they say, "Oh man, this tastes of soap." So sudachi is actually amazing citrus, or at least Pontier Sudachi is an amazing citrus. It's very aromatic. It's not too acidic. Acidic? Acid. Too acidic. And it's a great partner of salty caramel, banana, and Japanese whiskey. Now, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to shake a little bit. If you have any question, of course, don't hesitate to do it. I mean, I always get this complaint that I'm boring because I talk too much, so yeah, please. If I may ask my colleagues from Denmark at this point to give a little applause, not too much, just a little, because I get shaky. I can't hear you.
You are halfway through, 5 minutes.
Thank you, guys.
So, Damiano, this drink is a long drink.
Yes.
Does that mean it's a summer drink, or when is the right time to drink this drink?
All right. I will tell you, when is the perfect time to drink this drink is every time you feel thirsty. And that's because I believe that is something that has no season. I would not suggest you to drink it in summer, to drink it in winter. I mean, we don't go drinking only on summer, only on winter. We go drinking every season. So let's do something that works for every season. Thank you.
And is there an ideal customer? What kind of a person would like to enjoy this drink?
All right. Okay, now it would be too easy to say everyone. Actually, I was a little bit selfish when I did it. I would be the perfect guest to drink this drink. Because it's a little bit, not too much, on the sweet side, with this final saltiness coming up. And there's something that honestly makes me very happy. So, yeah. I would not say everyone, I would say me now. I hope we share the same taste.
Tell us about the bar that you work at.
All right, that's a nice question. I actually don't work in a bar. I work in a restaurant. And there's, I think, 95% of the staff right now sitting there. If you can clap our hands for Restaurant Köln. And that's actually pretty funny because when I won the Nationals, they say to me, congratulations, you won a trip to, not only to Denmark, to Oxehallen, which is this place. And my restaurant is 55 meters from here. So I didn't even win a bus ticket. I came with my bike today.
So what's your favorite cocktail and why?
What's my favorite cocktail? I actually expected this question. And honestly, my favorite cocktail, and now please don't get offended if I call it cocktail, because for real it's my favorite. It's rum and coke. And everyone in the, or okay, let's say 90% of the Danish people inside this place, they know why it's my favorite. Because at the age of 28 is the only thing that the day after I can still remember what I did the day before. And I still am able to go to work. So that makes it my favorite drink. Plus, I used to be kind of a pirate with long hair, and the rum and coke was a pretty pirate drink. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is actually the final touch. In Denmark, they used to call me the foam boy. It's always funny. When I write it on internet, there's so much laugh. People laughing, people putting likes. It's just because I like to do foams. Because working with food, the foams are like, I see 10,000 foams every night in the kitchen.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Thank you.
Foam
if I was a smoker, I would say to you, I can also have a smoke in this time, but no, I'm not a smoker.
Are you good at your foams?
And here we are. And yeah, so foams are actually, I think, one of my characteristics that make me a little bit different, let's say, than other bartenders in Denmark, if we can say like this. So I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the name some guys gave me, even if they were maybe joking. But you know, why not? This is not comfortable.
What are the ingredients of the foam?
Ingredients of the foam are salty caramel again, a little bit. That gives a nice aroma to the drink. Then I have Pontier coconut puree and a little bit of egg white. And the reason why I put egg white
30.
is just to avoid to have coconut coagulated with sudachi. Because honestly, just coconut and salty caramel was a very, very nice foam. Then, yeah.
15.
If I have 15 seconds, I can start serving them, I would say. Thank you. In 7 seconds, I can't serve you. Please, I apologize. I hope you can forgive me.
Well, thank you, Damiano. Great showing from the Danish competitor. Give it up to Foam Boy.
And as we can see, lots of cheering in the background.
Yeah, he was working the crowd, and as expected, it's his home scene, well, not hometown, he is from Italy, but he's working here just 55 meters away, as he said.
There's a lot of people in here guarding his back, and of course he delivered, again, this really charming performance and really entertainer, again, really great to look at.
Yeah, and right off the bat, he starts out serving the judges and the crowd these Japanese citrus leaves, and just that way engages the crowd and engages the judges almost before he even started his routine. He was just on point, already there, drawing us into his universe. It's a beautiful start to his routine.
So this interaction in the beginning also gave a big plus.
Yeah.
It's really great to look at, and also show this control. He got this. He will bring his A game and show what he's,
Indeed he did. And let's hope his cocktail tastes good. We actually had a taste earlier, and it's pretty damn decent, let's be honest about that.
I like it, definitely.
But next up, we have one of the competitors who we are really excited to see, because it is Taiwan, and he is a flair bartender. When have a flair bartender ever won the super final?
Actually, never.
Never.
In this competition, anyway.
In the IBA. So this is, if he pulls it off, that is history in the making. And if Damiano pulls it off, that's also history, because then he's winning on home turf. Anyways, let's stick to Taiwan here.
But this is, as you see, is a flair bartender, and in this super final, he will be competing in line with everybody else and all the other classic guys. This is only on his cocktail, and can he defend only his cocktail?
And he is not allowed to do his flair show in the final. He has to, as all the other competitors we've seen here, all the other 5, he has to talk about his cocktail, show his product knowledge, explain why he has built his cocktail like he did, why this creation is as it is. And that can be really, really difficult if you're not prepared for it. And this is not something you're used to doing in flair competitions.
You really aren't. So it will be fun to see how much knowledge he has on it. Of course, he has been practicing the whole show and the entertainment part, so this is now only the cocktail we will refocus on. So, do you think he can deliver this?
I think he can. I've seen him out of the pirate gear, and you can see that he is a serious bartender, and that he, just by looking at him, you get confidence, and he knows what he's doing. I'm really certain he can pull this off. However, I'm quite sure he will deliver this super final in his guild outfit, in a suit. But I would have loved to see him in the pirate outfit. That would have been absolutely beautiful.
But hopefully then he will deliver this same confident about his drink, as we'll see in a moment on stage. So there's nothing...
Yeah, there's nothing left for us to do other than say that this is the last competitor in the super final this year, 2010 IBA World Championships, and we're crowning the overall bartender cocktail of the year.
So now we are getting him on stage and looking forward to see the show, what he can do. No entertainment, only speaking and make his cocktails. And now is as well 5 different cocktails, not different, but the same identical cocktails.
Making 5 cocktails, 4 for the judges and 1 for the photo booth.
Exactly. So now he also has to make more cocktail than he did in his earlier round in the flair competition.
Straight to answers on stage with our competitor from Taiwan.
Exactly. And here we go.
Yes, indeed. That's 100% true. With an outstanding performance, 5-minute routine in his Flair final. This gentleman over here right next to me, all the way from Taiwan, Mr. Chun Shen Chen, has made his way to the super final thanks to his routine and obviously thanks to his delicious drink. Chun, 10 minutes are yours. You've got beautiful customers here in front of you. The whole world is watching you right now. And you're online in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
3, 2, 1, shake.
He was saying good evening. I think the mic has some problem.
Can we please stop the time? Reset it. Sorry. Whoever has a button. Okay, thank you. So one more time. All the way from Taiwan, please welcome. Three, two, one, let's go.
Good evening, honorable judge and competitors and everybody. My name is Chun Shen Chen and I'm from Taiwan. Now I'm going to introduce my cocktail. My cocktail name is Pure Inspiration. This cocktail is created by my coach and me. My coach is Guo Zilin and she's in there. Yes, and she is a World Cocktail Competition Classic champion before also. So that's very happy to show guys. And now I'm gonna to introduce and I will use Jim Beam White Bourbon Whiskey to be the base and Decatur Sour Robert because this cocktail I very like it, so I usually use it in our cocktail. And when we mix this and we kind to try a kind of sweets and we choose mornings, cucumber syrups and pineapple syrups and we mix it like the Denmark's words cube and it means people will be happy and lucky. So thank you.
You gave an amazing Flair performance earlier today. Do you work at a bar that does only Flair or both Flair and cocktails?
I work in a bar, but I don't Flair in my bar. Yes. I'll practice Flair in my practice Flair room, but not in the job.
What are some of the more popular drinks that they serve at your bar? Are they classic cocktails or simple drinks?
I think it's mojito because the weather in Taiwan is very hot. So mojito lets people drinks very comfortable. So it might be mojito in my bar.
What was the most challenging aspects of the competition for you?
Because I have to work when I work in school and I'm a teacher, and nights I'm a bartender in a bar. So I have not really much time to practice my competitions, but we have a good coach in Taiwan. They train my bartender skills and my cocktail, so I'm very, very happy. Thank you.
So who is your drink aimed for? Who is the ideal customer for your drink?
Yeah.
So who would you aim the drink to, the cocktail to? Who is the audience? Yeah.
In Taiwan, like families or people to want to relax, they come to bars and they order my cocktails. Thank
You are halfway through, 5 minutes remaining.
This is the first time I do classic cocktail, and it's very afraid. Thank you.
The next World Championship gonna be held in Estonia, and you, as one of the best flair tenders in the world, you are really welcome there. Actually, Estonia is a really Nordic country, cold one, a lot of snow. What do you think? What spirit will be the best for the cocktail to produce in Estonia, as a Nordic country, cold one?
If I promote Taiwan Gaoliang, it's a best spirit and it's from Taiwan. And it is a kind of spirit that alcohol is high and that people drink, it will be very warm. And it is very special, so I will promote this kind of spirit for the competitions next year. Thank you.
Thank you. Bring it to Estonia, please, next year.
I know you are a very, very good flair bartender, but what kind of cocktail do you like more?
I like frozen kind of cocktails because it's very hot in Taiwan, so I like to drink more cold cocktails.
You speak English very well.
Thank you. I'm practicing now because when I was a student, I don't like to study because more time every time I flair in school. So when I was a student, my baggage inside no books, all is bottle. So I practice all day. And when I go to other countries, everyone speak English. So my coach asked me and teach me how to speak in English. So maybe it's not very well now, but I will learn and practice more. Thank you.
2 minutes.
Thank you, Taiwan. That was beautiful. Great presentation. despite of some.
Again, this miscommunication, that could be with a translator.
There's a few miscommunications when English is not your
primary
first
language.
or second language.
Exactly.
And we have this issue with it is still a flair bartender. As he said on stage during the super final of the World Championships, this was the first time he competed in a classic format. That's crazy. And a lot of the flair bartenders who make it to the super final have the same experience. And there's a valid argument, I'll say, to say that it is not necessarily a fair judgment of the flair bartenders in this format, because this is not what they are practiced to do.
Exactly. They got a lot more to focus on when they're doing the show.
Yeah. Exactly.
But of course,
all in all, and his nerves, you gotta give him that.
He really kept his cool.
As we saw both now, Pirates and Batman, they get resets on time. His microphone did not work, and something as small as that, he just reset the time. But for him, it's like, that's nerves, you know.
That's really good.
That throws him off his game. But
anyway,
this was it for us from the World Championships 2017 in Copenhagen, the IBA Championships.
It's been a very pleasure for all of you that have used this live stream, and of course to all the competitors who have practiced a lot to perform for you guys.
Yeah. All the competitors now deserve what they will get, which is the gala dinner, and during the gala dinner the winner of the overall cocktail will be announced, so we will get that to you later on.
And you can find it on the EBA.
Yes.
So thanks to our sponsors. Really thank to you out there. Next year we'll be in Estonia, in Tallinn. So
let's see what this
hopefully
means.
we're gonna see you there, and
see you in Estonia.
Cheers.